2 years ago, Adam Lanza killed his mother, then responsible for the deaths of 20 elementary school children and 6 school administrators and staffers.
Maybe 298 school shootings this year alone.
5 minutes, one shooter, 27 people dead.
According to Education Week, there is no federal definition of what a school shooting is or what constitutes a mass shooting. So every single one of these incidents is looked at as an individual event.
Because there is no federal requirement to report school shootings under that heading. So they come in and they're reported as violent crimes that happen in local communities.
Because of this, we have minimal data and statistics about school shootings because they are all classified in different categories. Therefore, it is difficult to look at the severity and frequency of school shootings in America. In this documentary, you will find out what the effects really are and how the government impacts it. To paraphrase from EconoFact, students exposed to a school shooting suffer adverse educational outcomes. These impacts are especially apparent in school districts that have experienced school shootings with fatalities. Test scores in both math and English fell substantially at Sandy Hook's district in the years following the 2012 attack. Math scores in particular fell by roughly 30 percentile points. But the finding of measurable negative impacts on educational performance from school shootings is not limited to math fatality events. Recent research shows that lower fatality school shootings also have a substantive negative impact on educational attainment. The analysis of shootings in Texas public schools between 1995 and 2016, none of which resulted in more than one fatality, shows that exposure to a school shooting increased grade repetition and reduced graduation rates. In addition, the effects of school shootings go beyond the schools and those attending or working there. Regardless of whether a shooting occurs in a community with high crime and violence or in a community that is historically safe and stable, school shootings have lasting ramifications for each family and also impact relationships among community members, including parents, the school, law enforcement, and local government. What does the federal government have to do with it? They have laws around the making and selling of guns.
The federal government tries to make sure that from manufacturing to retail, right, from the time the gun is made to the time the gun is sold to someone, that there are rules in between there that deal with the safety, deal with the sale and the possession of the firearm, so that that's done legally.
They regulate who gets guns.
But then at the federal level, we have laws that are in place that really help to determine who should or should not have access to firearms, right?
They work closely with local governments.
We deal with and talk to local officials on a regular basis, trying to really determine what's in the best interest. There's not a one-size-fits-all answer to this, right?
From our research and interviews, we have deduced that there are 2 main things that could be done to lower the amount of school shootings and increase awareness about them. The first thing is that we could have more education and discussion at a local level surrounding these topics. This would allow people to have more knowledge and be able to better handle these situations when they arise.
Some of it may actually be communities coming together and having these discussions. The one thing I can certainly tell you is, right, I think that those discussions have to include school officials, parents, students, and local government officials.
Let's remember, local problems need local solutions. Ultimately, the recommendations do not and cannot supplant the incomparable role that families play in the lives of children and in our culture.
Family relationships and family rules become very important when we start talking about shaping the psyche and the mindset of young people as they grow up, so that they don't turn to violence in that way, especially not in a school setting.
The second thing we can do is have people report school shootings all under the same heading. This will help us see the actual reality of the situation in the United States, which will in turn give us the power to come up with new solutions and actually solve this problem.
But I think the one thing that we can all say, right, one school shooting anywhere is far too many.